transitioning from a really, really painful situation or moment in time to living truly amazing and really inspiring, authentic lives can be a task and a half. And if you think of the time where you were suffering from some kind of loss or bereavement or separation, and in some instances for women who are going through divorce, there is a moment in time where I'm sure all of you can relate to this. There is a moment in time where you collapse, where your legs can no longer carry you. And in some ways it's like an outer body experience, right? It's like this breaking and this cracking of something deep inside you. And for me that was really hard. My broken moment did feel truly like an out of body experience. I remember going to the bathroom, I'd been crying and I'd gone to the bathroom to wash my face. And at that instant I felt like my legs couldn't hold me anymore. And they collapsed underneath me. And I lay sort of half hugging the toilet, you know, kind of just holding on to this loo for dear life and just bawling my eyes out. And there's this part of me inside that is almost looking at myself going, whoa, what's happening? I don't know what to do. Surely that's really unsanitary. Like, why are you hugging the toilet? And then all these things are going through my out of body head, looking in at me, at my broken state, thinking, I can't handle this. I can't. I have no energy or drive or passion. It's as if every single dream and aspiration is gone. And there's a moment in time where you wonder, and obviously for everyone it's different, but for me there was this moment where I wondered if I could breathe my next breath. And putting one foot in front of another takes all the energy and requires all the effort from you. Or for me it certainly did. And it was really hard. It was really, really difficult. And women who have been through any kind of bereavement or loss or separation will understand it feels like life has cheated you. It's like, hang on, I've done everything. I did everything I thought was right. You know, and there's a moment where you think, I don't want to do this anymore. I don't want to breathe another breath. I'm not entirely certain I can. And then from deep down inside, somewhere really precious, there is this connection, this moment of spark going, you can, and you will, and we will together. And I don't know if that we will together is the inner spirit crying out to say, I am still here. I am still here and we can still do this. And it's, you know, taking the time to be in that ditch, right? Because you will be in a ditch for a while. And some of you may still be there, some of you may be coming out of that ditch. But if you're still in that ditch, then let your friends almost climb down in there with you with a cup of tea or a glass of wine and a blanket, just to hold you and listen and be there. And when, and only when, there is an internal resolve that says, okay, do you know what? I am going to be like the phoenix that rises from the ashes. There is something that I have to give back. There is something more. And it's that moment that you think, I have nothing to lose. And I have everything to gain. And I have so much to share with the world. And it's finding that. Like, if I think of authenticity, that for me was the most authentic moment. Because it freed me. And we talk about authenticity a lot as coaches, find your own authenticity, speak with an authentic voice. But what do we really mean, right? If I look at the dictionary, which I'm going to pick up now, I have the dictionary in front of me. An authentic is worthy of belief as conforming to fact or reality, trustworthy, not imaginary, not false, and it's not imitation. It's something that's genuine. Now, something happens when we all go through a really painful experience. Something inside of us, I'd like to say, leaves. But for me, something inside me died. But it was a necessary death, because it allowed something new to be born. And for me to then nurture that new and say, well, what is that? And explore that. And in some ways, take the little seedling and the sap and feed it. And say, okay, you know what? I'm going to give this piece of life inside that is slowly gluing herself back together, which was me. Gluing my pieces back together and saying, okay, well, what is it that I'm going to do? And what is it that really is me? And what is my genuine voice? And it's finding that genuine voice and saying, I feel all the things I'm feeling. I'm hurting from all the things I've hurt from. There's part of my life that I feel cheated about. But I'm going to change that. Because I, somewhere deep inside, have this real strength and desire to fight through that. And I never want that moment again, where it's that out-of-body experience, looking at myself, hugging the toilet, sobbing and shaking and unable to emotionally carry and hold myself. But for me, it was that very breaking that allowed the voice to come through, and has actually given me the strength and courage to speak and even make this video. Because before there was a fear that I wouldn't be liked, and that somehow I had to be something other people expected me to be. I had to be the good wife, the good daughter-in-law, the good friend, the good sister, the good daughter, the good niece, the good cousin, the good whatever role, the good boss, the good employee, the good like everything. You have all these stories and masks, and I talk about that quite a bit. But the reality is, somewhere inside there is you. It's the real you. And it doesn't have to hide anymore. And it's, instead of doing things for other people and creating a dream, and it only being a dream, create something real and find that real fire and passion that all women have, that sometimes we lock away. And it's connecting to that sense of love for yourself. Because before that moment, if somebody had said to me, connect to your heart and feel love for you, I think I would have just gone, I'm not sure what you mean. But when you are that broken and that cracked, actually it allows something new to emerge. And that emergence of something new is a passion and power, and in fact your authenticity. And it's crying out for all of us to connect to that power and create something wonderful and amazing in this world. And I hope that you never, ever in your life have another moment where you are a crumbled heap on the ground. But that this is it. This was the only one. And that rising from the ashes will truly be your rising. And that you can leave it all behind. And move forward. And find the life that you truly deserve to have. And you create it yourself for you.